The Tin Drum, adapted for radio by Mike Walker, with Phil Daniels as Oskar, Kenneth Cranham as Matzarat, and Lesley Manville as Agnes. Episode 1, There Once Was a Drummer.
Ladies and gentlemen, we present The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass, in which I, Oskar Matzarat, with only the aid of the aforementioned tin drum, will attempt single-handedly to rescue the past from oblivion. Granted, I am an inmate of a mental hospital. My keeper is watching me. He never lets me out of his sight. There's a peephole in the door, and my keeper's eye is the shade of brown that can never see through a blue-eyed type like me. And you, my friends, my very good friends, will you see through little Oskar? We will spend some time in each other's company, about 30 years and a world war by my reckoning. 2 hours by yours. I drum away the long days and ask all sorts of questions. For instance, I asked my drum whether the bedroom lights were 40 or 60 watts. Why? Listen.
Alfred? Are you there?
1923, Danzig. My mother was filling blue bags with sugar in the back of the shop.
Alfred!
She scoops and fills and bends and...
Hello? I was just serving Frau Scheffler, my dear. How are you? Not working too hard, I hope? Not filling the bags too full, eh?
My father, Alfred Matzarat, he's an honest sort of chap. He never really underfills the bags.
Oh, Alfred!
Just my little joke, Agnes.
Oh, Alfred!
My dear?
Oh!
Beg your pardon.
Always so polite.
Oh, the baby!
Huh? Oh, my God, where's the midwife? Somebody quick! My wife's having a baby!
Oh!
Now, come along, Agnes. Quick, upstairs.
So, up to the bedroom, Mama on her back, skirts up, midwife in attendance, and I saw the light. 4 60-watt bulbs, to be exact. We finally separated, my pretty mama and me.
It's a boy here, Matzarat. You have a son.
A boy! He'll take over the shop when he grows up. Oh, Agnes, my love.
Not that I wanted to leave the womb, mind you.
Alfred, my dear.
At last we know why we've been working our fingers to the bone, my love.
Well, who does?
I knew it would be a boy.
Agnes.
When Oskar is 3, he will have a toy drum.
Oskar?
What?
Yeah, I like that. Oskar.
I lay watching a moth dart between the bulbs, casting a huge shadow, its wings beating as if it had to unburden itself.
Oh, look, a nasty moth.
Alfred, my love, perhaps you could call Jan. He will want to know our good news.
Oh, no visitors yet. Certainly not that Pole, not in this house.
Jan Bronsky. He will certainly want to hear the good news. But you will have to wait to hear more of Jan.
Well, of course, my love. I will fetch him at once.
Oh, such a big moth. Let me squash it, Frau Agnes.
Back in a moment, my love.
Yeah.
I have heard rabbits, foxes and dormice drumming, drummer boys and drum majors. I have heard brown shirts and jazz and the Berlin Philharmonic. I might even mention my own small efforts in the field. But that moth was my master. And as I lay there thinking, thus will it be for 60 or 70 years until a short circuit in the brain turns off the last light. It was only the moth drumming that stopped me expressing my desire to return to the womb at once. And the fact, of course, that the midwife had cut my umbilical cord. So, there was nothing more to be done. I might as well come right out with it. I was one of those clairaudient infants whose mental development was complete at birth, and after that merely needs a little filling in. So, I am born. But how did this come to be accomplished? A little confusing, huh? Well, that's the way it is with the past. Gets hazy. We forget. We invent. If you really want to know how it is, let's begin at the beginning. Danzig, 1918. A city perched on the borders of Germany and Poland. A free city, owned by neither, desired by both. And here, pretty young Agnes Kolyacek sits beside her handsome cousin Jan Bronsky as they look through his stamp album.
This one here.
This one, Jan.
This one, Agnes, comes all the way from Iceland.
Is it worth a lot, this tiny little piece of paper?
The most valuable thing I possess.
The most?
Well, since you ask, there is this other little bit of paper.
What's that?
My exemption. The army turned me down for another year. So, if I were to sell this little stamp and buy something pretty for my Agnes...
This, before your very ears, is the first, and I truly believe, the sweetest embrace between my mama and her handsome chestnut-haired...
Yeah.
Enough! Unlike Cousin Jan, pretty Agnes was doing her bit for the war effort. She was a nurse, and brave, jolly Sergeant Alfred Matzarat from the Rhineland was wounded.
Good day to you, Sergeant. How are we this morning?
Wait, hold on. I got a good one for you, nurse. You'll love this one.
I'd love it if you do what you were told by the doctor. Here, this dressing's coming off. You've been asked.
No, wait, look. There's this officer type, real Prussian, right?
Oh, look, just move a little, Sergeant, so I can at least change your dressing.
And this Bavarian lad, real country bumpkin, comes up to the line, and the Tommies, they're chucking over 50 kinds of...
Oh, go on with you, Sergeant.
And the Prussian, he says, "Did you come up here to die, my man?" "Oh, no," says the lad. "I come up yesterday." That does you good to laugh, eh?
Well, it's the best medicine, Sergeant. You'll be going home soon if you leave your dressing alone.
Well, I don't know. Reckon I like what I've seen of Danzig. I might stay around.
You haven't seen a thing.
I've seen you, Nurse Agnes.
And then the Great War ended. The Allies split the free city of Danzig in half between Poland and Germany. Alfred, safe and jovial, opened up his German shop whilst Jan, dashing romantic, opted for Poland the Free and joined the Polish post office. And Agnes, pretty Agnes, opted for... honest Al Matzarat. And Jan, he got married. Some say on the rebound. and others say that nothing changed at all between the cousins. As the years tapped and rapped their way, and I was born, as you know, to 60 watts and the sound of a moth, and in time arrived at my 3rd birthday. You remember, Mama, what she said?
Just as I always promised, darling Oskar.
So you did, my dear, so you did. He'll be a little soldier.
Now let's put the string round your neck, my little man.
That's it, son. Hold the sticks with a good firm grip and away you go.
Oh!
What did I tell you? A regular musician.
Oskar will be a drummer.
A quick learner.
There's not much Oskar doesn't see, even though he never says a word.
I hope he doesn't see everything.
And so, on with the birthday party!
Oh, my heart is sad, my rest is o'er, and never, alas, shall I find it, never.
Such feeling
want to dance, Jan?
I always want to dance.
Oh, Jan, you mustn't. Oskar?
He's quite happy with his drum.
He's so sweet.
What a little man he is.
Thank you, Jan. And do you think you might take your hand from under Mama's skirts? Where are the others, for goodness sake?
Alfred?
Yes?
Alfred, are you coming through to join us? We want to play cards.
I'm cooking, my love.
What are you cooking up for us, old chum?
Wild mushrooms, eggs, and tripe. Good, huh?
Good German food. That's the stuff we give the troops, right, Alfie?
Oh, yeah.
Vaguely improvising with my drum, I wandered out of the room, down the corridor, where I found the trapdoor to the cellar had been left open by Matzarat when he brought up some tinned fruit for the birthday party.
Won't be long now. Have the Schefflers arrived yet?
Not yet, my dear.
Or the Greffs? Herr Greff says he's looking to enroll Oskar in his scout troop as soon as he's old enough.
No, dear, nobody's come yet.
Don't worry things, old chum. A tasty dish needs care and attention.
It was a moment before I realised what the trapdoor demanded of me. Of course, no harm must come to the drum. I went down the steps and placed it at the bottom and climbed up. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. 5. No, not high enough yet for a decent bruise. 6, 7, 8, 9, and... Have I reached the bottom yet? No.
What's that? Alfred Matzarat, have you killed my baby?
I had hit a shelf filled with bottles of raspberry syrup, and as I lay there, looking up, wondering if it was the raspberry syrup or my blood, which smelled so sweet.
You murderer! You killer! How could you do it?
Do what, my love?
Leave the trap door open. I'll never forgive you with my little boy died.
There, Agnes, please. It'll be all right.
Oh.
Shall I call my wife to sit with you? Please, calm down.
Oskar! Oskar! What have I done?
And so, with a single fall, not without gravity, but with its degree calculated by myself in advance, I not only supplied a reason for my failure to grow another inch, I also transformed our cheery, good-natured Matzarat into a guilty Matzarat.
How could you?
Oh, dear.
Never! I'll never, ever forgive you.
Agnes, madame, my love.
Well, take it like a man, chum. How is the lad?
Oskar? Thank God.
My baby.
Pure Danzig oak.
On my first day as a drummer, I had given the world a sign of wonders to come. My fall brought me 3 months in hospital. When I was released, I stopped growing, and I began to drum. Upstairs and down, 4 flights I marched.
From Labersweg to Max-Halber-Platz.
Thence to...
Marienstrasse, Kleinhammer Park, Froebel Green.
and back again, always drumming.
Labersweg via the Polish post office.
The drum seems to be standing up quite well under the strain.
The local kids think he's a little bit strange, you know.
Didn't bother me a bit.
Well, you won't have to put up with it for long, old chap. Little Oskar will soon be right through the tin.
Ah, sharp edges there, son. You cut yourself if you're not careful.
Here, have some chocky and give the nasty old drum to Papa.
Nasty old drum? Yes. They wanted to take it away from me.
Better give it to your papa, eh, Oskar? It's no good anymore, is it?
You could have a sailboat.
Or a kite.
Come along now, Oskar. Give it to Papa.
OK, you asked for it. Once again I knew, somehow, exactly what the situation demanded of me. I opened my mouth and emitted a thin scream of protest, which, quite suddenly, shattered the face of the clock.
Oh, my God, the clock is broken.
It was just the glass. However, since I started...
My fault!
Oh, love of God, what's happening? The light bulb!
60 what?
Oh, love of God, who's taken away the sun of the world?
No, not the wine glass.
Oh, yes!
All right, you can keep the drum.
After all is said and done, shards of glass are good luck.
I decided that I would have to limit this new talent, since I was an admirer of fine glassware. However,
I was passing by Sigmund Marcus's toy shop the other day, and I happened to see in the window
Anything, please.
a new tin drum just like Oscar's. So what do you say, little Oskar? Shall we go and see her, Marcus?
it did gain the desired end. A new drum. I even took it to school on my first day, which also happened to be my last. It was all too big, and there was far too much glass around anyway. And Mama and Papa, well, they had tried, hadn't they? And their little 6-year-old Oskar, who hadn't grown an inch since his 3rd birthday.
Trapdoor, you left it open, didn't you?
Oh, my dear.
You were in the cellar, weren't you?
Oh, my dear.
And so on. But if they and the big world decided to leave me alone, I was left with a little problem all of my own. How was I going to learn to read if I wasn't going to school? I tried greengrocer Greff, a decent sort of chap who ran the local scout troop. It seemed to me he might well have an interest in the education of a boy. I even left my drum at home as I ventured in amongst the cabbages and innocently picked up a magazine which featured half-naked youths who were, for some reason, chasing a ball round a beach, exhibiting oiled and glistening muscles.
Come along, young fella, me chap. Those books cost good money. And besides, you can't make head and a tail of it. You're too little, Oskar. And to be honest, not much of an advert for German youth. Here, if you want to play, there's plenty of potatoes and cabbages.
He offered me potatoes? No. What I needed was someone who appreciated my size.
Oh, what a little sugar plum baby. Oh, won't Gretchen just love you to pieces, sweetie pie, lovely, lovely little sugar baby boy.
Gretchen Scheffler.
I'll crochet you such lovely warm mittens with lace and ribbon and lots and lots and lots of little kisses encrusted.
Gretchen, the baker's wife, in her stifling, tiny, cosy, crowded, bijou sitting room, full of knitting, crochet, embroidery, plaiting, knotting, lacework, soft animals with big eyes, dolls, plump lace cushions, full, in short, of everything sugary except...
Look what I've got in my little cupboard for my little sugar plum baby.
Exactly. A sugar plum baby. That is until Oskar made his timely appearance to model...
Baby jackets, baby pants, baby bibs and baby shoes and little baby vests.
A friend of Mama's. They used to belong to the same book club until Mama gave up reading for Jan Bronsky and sold her books. Not that Gretchen had a library exactly. A volume of Kohler's Naval Calendar, Goethe's Elective Affinities, and a curious and copiously illustrated volume called Rasputin and Women.
Pink booties or the blue? Oh, I do so want to try the pink, and I know you won't mind being my little baby girly whirly. Ooh, you want to play with the big old book?
Gurgle, gurgle, legs in the air, simper, simper, and...
All about that naughty Rasputin. I don't think baby should look at these naughty, naughty pickies.
Whine, whine, snivel, struggle, rashu, rashu. You get the picture? And so did I. And, more important, got the big and little letters.
Oh, well, I don't suppose it matters. You can't read after all. You're only a little baby. Now, these sweetie pie rompers are going to be just so Was she on my baby?
You know, it's not easy learning to read while pretending to be a backward child. Even harder than wetting the bed every night. There you just have to present material proof every morning. But to play the ignoramus, to conceal my progress from all around me, meant a constant struggle with my intellectual pride. Mama was happy for Gretchen to have me. After all, it left her afternoons free. Though sometimes she dropped in and she and Gretchen would chat and...
Oscar's very quiet with you, Gretchen.
He loves to look at the books, Agnes.
Oh, but this is... Oh!
Rasputin, yeah.
The brutal Russian beast who preyed on helpless women.
The lovely young Grand Duchess clasped the filmy peignoir to her swelling white bosom.
As the door to her bedroom was wrenched open, and there, framed in the flickering candlelight, his hairy naked chest bursting from his cassock. Oh!
Ripping the lace aside, he rained fiery kisses on the alabaster flesh of her tender, rosy-tipped breasts. Oh!
Take me, you brute, she moaned. Take me like a common peasant girl in the straw of the pigsty.
Crushing her to his chest, he cried, Natasha, hear how my heart beats only for you.
Are you sure that little Oskar doesn't understand?
Oh, don't be silly. You can't imagine how hard I work over him. He just doesn't learn. My honest opinion is that he'll never be able to read. Would you like a cup of tea?
Some days I varied things a bit and learned from Goethe. And what I learned was that every Rasputin is balanced by a Goethe. Or, if you prefer, every Goethe draws a Rasputin in his wake, or even makes one, in order to be able to condemn him later on. So it goes. So it goes. Every Thursday, Mama went into the city. She always took me along when it became necessary to buy a new drum at Sigmund Marker's toy shop. At that time, between my 7th and 10th birthdays, I was running through a drum every 2 weeks, so I got to know the place pretty well. Or as poor old Siggy would say...
Hey, you're looking pretty good, kid. Real smart today, Frau Matzarat, your little lad.
Oh, why, thank you, Herr Marcus. Oskar always enjoys a visit to your shop.
Mama, in her rust-coloured autumn suit, with her pretty figure which was beginning to become pleasingly plump.
And you, Frau Matzarat, if you don't mind the fella saying, are looking a real stunner today.
Oh, now, Herr Marcus.
And it just so happens that I got me mitts on another load of silk stockings. Oh. Brand new, half price, but to your lovely self, a gift.
Oh, that's so sweet of you, Herr Marcus.
Ain't it just?
So I wondered if you'd care to...
Yeah?
Look after little Oskar whilst he chooses his new drum. I've got a couple of errands to do.
You may leave the little lad in my capable hands, dear lady, whilst you attend to your important affairs.
Thank you, Herr Marcus.
Where else would I have had the chance to play 7 drums? Whilst Mama played the game of the 2-backed beast in a seedy hotel with Jan Bronsky and Marcus. Poor hand-dog Marcus tormented himself behind the counter.
Not bad, young Oskar. That's getting good. That's it. Give it a good beating. Hey, where are you off to? Not going out. Oskar, wait! Wait, Oskar, I promised you...
Watch out down there, laddie. You might get trodden on.
I'll take you across the road.
Lost your money, have you?
Oh, well, please yourself. There's the old Stockton. Castle Keep. No, hold on. You can't go in. They don't allow kiddies in there. Now, come back, son. It's not safe. You can't go up the tower. It's not allowed.
Higher and higher Oskar climbed, until his legs were exhausted. And yet, even so, he could have climbed forever. But the winding staircase gave up first, and he was out on the top, and he understood in a flash the futility of building towers. Looking down on the world that usually I looked up to, looking across the rooftops to the Stadt Theatre, with its acres of glass on the roof, on the walls, well, like the glass, the situation was clear to me, I screamed.
It's the Reds! Down to Bradford!
The admirers of my art made no particular impression on me. It was the art of long-distance screaming itself which concerned me. I was just getting ready to send a very special scream across the city, in the lobby, through the keyhole, into the empty theatre and up to the chandelier, when I looked down and saw Mama and Jan Bronsky saying their fond farewells. It was time I got back to Marcus's shop, where I found Mama.
Frau Matzerath, you've got to listen to me.
And Herr Marcus.
Please, Herr Marcus, I cannot...
On his knees.
Don't do it no more with that Bronsky. He's a Pole. It sticks out a mile.
Herr Marcus, you mustn't...
Don't bet on the Pole. If you've got to bet on someone, bet on the Germans. They're coming up. What's going to happen when they're on top and you're still betting on Bronsky? Listen to me, Agnes.
Herr Marcus!
I can't help it. I'm desperate. And I've just been baptised. So bet on Marcus and we'll clear off to London. I mean, you can despise me if you want, do anything you want, but don't bet on Bronsky. Look, little Oskar, we can take him too. Live like a prince he will. New drum every day, 2 a day, 3, 4.
Thank you, Marcus. But you see, it's quite impossible on account of Bronsky.
Yeah, that's what I reckoned all along. On account of Bronsky, you couldn't do it. So, just promise me one thing. Stick by Alfie Matzarat. You got him already, so don't never swap him for no Polak!
On account of Bronsky. My drum makes me remember that Thursday afternoon all those years ago, and I look for Poland, the land which is now lost to the Germans. And how do I look? With my drum? Or with my soul? But what is my soul? And now, well, I can't put it off any longer. It's simply no good turning over in my bed, shutting my eyes and listening to the cries of the other lunatics. It is time to introduce the master, Bebra. The circus. We went, Mama, Papa, Uncle Jan Bronsky, his wife and their children. Oh, didn't I mention the fact that Jan had 2 kids? Well, he never did, so why should I? We saw acrobats and lion tamers and strong men and clowns. Bebra, the musical clown who played Jimmy the Tiger on empty bottles and directed a group of Lilliputians. Yes, a man barely 4 inches taller than I was. A man. A clown. We met. We had to meet, of course, after the show, when I became detached from Mama and her 2 cavaliers. He was in braces and slippers, carrying a pail. Our eyes met as we passed.
Will you take a look at that? Nowadays, it's the 3-year-olds that decide to stop growing. Can't cut your tongue, young man? Well, my name is Bebra, directly descended from Prince Eugene, whose father was Louis XIV. On my 10th birthday, I made myself stop growing.
Oskar Matzarat.
Well, my dear Oskar, I'd say you're 14 or 15 or maybe 16, am I right?
I'm 9.5.
You don't mean it. Well, and what about me? How old do you think I am?
35.
Flatterer! Haven't seen 35 in a good few years. In August, I shall be 53. I could be your grandfather.
I liked your act, Bebra. I thought it was funny, and I liked the music too.
Thank you, Oskar.
I can do tricks.
Can you now?
See those coloured light bulbs?
Yes. Bravo! Bravissimo, Oskar! You have found your vocation. Your audience waits. Sign on the dotted line. Join the circle.
Not me, Mr. Bebra. I just want to watch.
My dear Oskar, believe an experienced colleague, our kind, has no place in the audience. We must perform. We must run the show. If we don't, it's the others who'll run us, and they don't do it with kid gloves. They're coming. They will take over the meadows where we pitch our tents. They will organise torchlight parades. They will build rostrums and fill them, and they will preach our destruction. Take care, young man. Always to be sitting on the rostrum and never to be sitting in front of it.
Oskar!
They're looking for you, my friend. We shall meet again. We're too little to lose each other. Little people can always find a place, even on the most crowded rostrum. And if not on it, then under it. So says Bebra. Farewell.
Oskar, where have you been?
Caused us quite a turn, son.
He's been with the midgets. And that gnome kissed him on the forehead. I hope it doesn't mean anything.
What a funny little chap. No, I'm sure it didn't mean anything.
It meant a good deal, that kiss. He was right. The era of torchlight processions and parades past rostrums had begun. I took Bebra's advice. Mama took Marcus's advice to the extent that, though she kept on meeting with Bronski, she placed her bets on Matzarat, who joined the party, took down the picture of Beethoven which hung over the piano, and put in its place the Führer, Adolf Hitler.
These boots be the death of me.
Let me help, Alfred. You mustn't be late.
Of course. And once he was out of the house, who would come calling?
I'll take little Oskar. You know he loves the drummers of the Hitler Youth.
Puh! Amateurs. The lot of them.
Such a pity Herr Greff says he's too small to join them.
You're looking very smart, Alfred.
Well, I can't let the party down. Big parade today. Speaker from Party HQ.
Come along. You mustn't be late. Remember, lateness is un-German. Let me do your belt. Oh.
Righty-ho, my little soldier. Off we go. Hello, Jan.
Alfie, old chap. Just passing by. I thought I might pop in to deliver a recipe that my wife promised Agnes.
Come in, Jan. Don't be too late back, Alfred. Be good, Oskar.
Matzarat, come on up, Corporal. How you doing?
Up here.
There wasn't, as it turned out, any room on the rostrum for little Oskar, so whilst Matzarat joined his comrades, I crept underneath it. I sat with my eye to a knothole watching the crowd, waiting with them for the parade.
Watch! For the Führer! For Germany!
They were coming, with their grim trumpetings and soulless drumming. Now, my people, hearken unto me! I gave them a waltz. I thought that I would have no effect, and then...
What are you doing, you fools? What is this? You insult the Führer!
The crowd loved it. They danced. How they danced, led on by my drum.
Keep looking, lads. If there are communist saboteurs hiding anywhere, I want them found, and then we'll kick the crap out of the scum. Insulting Germany, the filth. Corporal Matzarat, what are you doing? I thought you'd gone home.
Sergeant Greff, I'm looking for little Oskar. You haven't seen him, have you?
I haven't got time to look for infants. Here. You don't think the Polacks had anything to do with the disruption?
The Poles?
Yeah, shifty load of bastards. The sooner we kick their asses out of Danzig for good, the better. Don't you worry, Matzarat. The Führer's got their number. Come on, lads. Let's find the bastards.
Oskar! Oskar! Where have you got to, son? I should never let you come.
When we got home at last, there was meatloaf with boiled potatoes and red cabbage and chocolate pudding with vanilla sauce.
On the whole, it was a, quiet afternoon. And you, my love?
Oh, quiet, too.
Did, Jan stay for long?
No, not long.
I was chatting to Sergeant Greff about the Polish question.
Is there a Polish question, Alfred?
People seem to think so.
Oh, what people?
Just people.
Well, maybe they should mind their own business and leave the Poles alone.
What? Some people say. I just pass it on for interest, my love, that the Poles should leave Germany alone and stop trying to take what does not belong to them.
Danzig is divided between Poland and Germany. Everyone knows that.
Greff says that Danzig may have to decide what she wants to be, and sooner rather than later.
Oh, those Nazis!
The atmosphere was heavy, until a refreshing storm broke with a fine drum solo of hail. Was I influenced by Bebra? Do I consider myself a freedom fighter because I disrupted a few Nazi parades? Did I wish, as my little master suggested, to stand upon the rostrum in front of the crowd? Or in dark doorways on city evenings? Well, everyone knows that evil always lurks in dark doorways. Though I say that I never had any desire to tempt, rather to help my fellow citizens to know themselves. See? A dark street, the magic surface of a shop window, glowing in the darkness, and passing, shall we say, a gentleman who pauses, looks in the window at a ruby and gold necklace nestling on black velvet, and Oskar sends forth his softest cry, and makes a hole through the magic glass, just big enough for a hand holding a necklace. Will he? Won't he? And the others who passed my dark doorway in those years of 1936 and 7, who paused as circles of glass fell from windows, who found the way open to a silk burgundy necktie, a box of Monte Cristo, pearl earrings, or a jewelled mirror, would they succumb? The insurance companies found themselves under considerable pressure. So did little Oskar when Matzarat looked at him in that knowing way, and Mama said,
"It's the fault of that dreadful midget who kissed Oskar on the forehead. I knew no good would come of it."
And yet she accepted the gold and ruby necklace from too handsome Jan Bronsky, though she only ever wore it for him, and perhaps sometimes for me. And as for their questions, I just drummed and drummed and...
Well, I'll put up the sign. Closed for Good Friday.
So, what are we going to do with ourselves?
We should go to the seaside for the day.
Well, what about your wife,
Oh, she's gone to see her mother, so I have the day free. My treat. We'll take the tram and get some sea air. Agnes is looking distinctly peaky. You're not looking after this wife of yours, Alfie.
Are you ill, my love?
I'm fine. Though a day by the sea would be nice, blow away the sad thoughts.
Sad, my love?
Oh, I don't know. Somehow I feel gloomy.
Sea air's what you need. Oskar, drum us to the tram stop, my little soldier.
That's certainly bracing.
Mama wore a light blue spring coat with raspberry facings.
Be careful, Agnes.
She had trouble walking in her high heels on the uneven ground. Jan took her arm.
So what's that chap over there doing?
Matzarat unbuttoned his shabby old overcoat.
Is he fishing?
Jan sported a fashionable new coat with a resplendent velvet collar.
I haven't got a rod.
It's just a clothesline.
Hello?
Good day, you folks.
Good day for it.
I don't know about that.
Well, good luck anyway. Come on.
Hold on, my dear.
It's chilly out here.
How come you're fishing without a rod? What you got down there, eh?
He stuck his pipe between tobacco-stained stumps and started to pull on the rope. Hand over hand over hand.
What I've got.
Alfred, I want to go.
Suppose we takes a look.
I'm not feeling well, Alfred. Jan.
Over hand.
Here it comes.
He flung a great living lump of something down in front of us. A horse's head, cut off perhaps only yesterday.
There you go. What do you think of that?
Oh! From the horse's head darted hundreds of small light green eels.
Oh, for God's sake, Jan, get it away!
It just shoves these little buggers in the sack, then all I has to do is rip open the jaw, and I can squeeze out the big juicy buggers.
Jan was frightened of the gulls that had gathered over us and protected his blue eyes, ignoring Mama. Matzarat, a man's man, laughed along with the fisherman. Though when he pulled an enormous eel from the horse's ears, followed by a mess of white porridge from its brains...
Bloody hell, mate.
Yeah, lovely grub, fry up a treat.
Right, well, nothing like a good eel.
Please, someone.
It was Jan who led her away whilst Matzarat chatted with the fisherman like they were old mates.
I hope you don't expect me to eat those things, Alfred.
Come on, pussycat. You've always known how to catch eels. Never stopped you eating them before. Oh, come on. You'll love them once yours truly's cooked them up.
I'll never touch fish again. Not as long as I live.
And yet... Good Friday was hardly over before Oscar's passion began, and, exactly 2 weeks after Easter, Mama began eating fish, devouring fish in such quantities without a thought for her figure, that Matzarat said,
For goodness sake, stop eating so much fish. Nobody's making you do this, my dear. I don't want you to do it.
She started at breakfast on canned sardines. 2 hours later...
1 sack sprats.
For lunch...
I want fried flounder with mustard sauce.
Halfway through the afternoon, it was out with a can opener.
Eels and jelly, roll-mops, herring.
And if Matzarat refused to buy any more fish...
Here, I got some smoked eels when I was out.
And that was it for our appetite, as she ate every bit, scraping the last particle of fat from the inside of the eel's skin with her knife.
Well, what is it with you? Maybe you're pregnant or something.
Don't talk nonsense.
And when I saw Mama and Jan sitting together on the sofa, I was struck by Jan's tear-stained eyes, and an emptiness in her which could only be filled by enormous quantities of fried, boiled, preserved, or smoked fish. And then...
Oh, for God's sake, why didn't you want the child? What does it matter whose it is? Or is it all on account of that bloody horse's head? I wish to God we'd never gone. Can't you forget it, Agnes? I didn't do it on purpose.
The doctor spoke of
jaundice and fish poisoning. And, well, she is in her 3rd month, Herr Matzerath.
Will she?
We just don't know.
Oh, God. Agnes.
She tried to make her visitors happy, but she showed a face devastated by pain and nausea, and she could not stop herself vomiting until there was nothing left to come from that wasted body except the last bit of breath. The nurse closed Mama's eyes because Matzarat and Bronsky were blind with tears. I could not weep. It seemed as though she had been searching for years for a way to break up that triangle and leave Matzarat with the guilt and Jan with the thoughts.
She died for me. I didn't want to stand in my way as a Polish patron. She sacrificed herself.
And I, Oskar, I drummed to recreate her grey-eyed beauty. I was almost 14. I loved solitude. I used to walk around the city carrying my drum as usual, but drumming with care. Now that Mama was gone, the supply of new drums had become problematic. It must have been the summer of 38. I was passing the Four Seasons Cafe, when who should I see but my old friend and master.
Bebra, my dear young friends, how long is it? 4 years? Come and join us at our table.
If you don't mind.
Allow me to introduce my lovely companion Rosvita Raguna, the most celebrated somnambulist in all Italy, a jewel in miniature.
Very pleased, Senora.
Oh, look at the midgets, aren't they cute?
The pleasure is mine, Oskar. Bebra has spoken of you.
But you don't seem happy, my little glass killer. What's wrong? Is the glass unwilling, or has the voice grown weak?
Not at all. The window there, the big one.
No, friend Oskar.
Let us have no more destruction.
I wasn't thinking. I'm so sorry.
But you are still sad.
My mama died. She shouldn't have done that. They say a mother sees all, forgives all, but that's just not true. To Mama, I was never anything other than a gnome. She would have got rid of me if she could, but she couldn't. Kids, even gnomes, are marked on your papers. Besides, I was her gnome, and to destroy me would have been to destroy part of herself.
So sad.
She must have said, it's either me or the gnome, and I am here. And she sleeps in Brenthouse Cemetery.
You exaggerate, my good friend. You are angry with your dead mama. You feel humiliated because it wasn't you, but those dreary lovers who sent her to the grave. You're vain and wicked, just as a genius should be. After all, it isn't easy for people of our size to get through life, to remain human without external growth. What a task, what a vocation.
Ah, carissimo Oskar Nello, how well I understand your grief. Come with us. Visit Milano, Parigi, Toledo, Guatemala.
Could I? Is it possible?
Rosvita will be your mama. Rosvita can see into the very soul. I see and... Oh, Lord save us. God save us from... Oh.
What is it? What is wrong?
Your genius may be divine, my friend, but I fear the diabolical elements have confused Rosvita. You have within you a violence which even I, Bebra, descendant of Ebros, find... But join us all the same, if you wish. With a little self-discipline, you shall be able to find an audience even under the present political conditions.
Does this mean that you no longer stand on the rostrum? That you are in the audience too?
I have failed. How can I be your teacher when language itself has been taken over by such as Joseph Goebbels and Herr Hitler? How filthy these politics are!
Then, goodbye.
We shall meet again. People like us don't lose each other.
Forgive your fathers, Oskar. Farewell.
Farewell. No matter how careful you are, a tin drum will always wear out. And then you'll just have to get a new one. But how? Matzarat was mourning. Jan Bronsky hardly ever visited. It was up to little Oskar. So, one day when Matzarat took me to look at the ruins of a burnt-out synagogue, I slipped from his, to tell the truth, loose grip and hurried off, down street and lane, to the shop of my old friend and supplier, Sigmund Marcus. Oh. So you see, I too had met my masters in the glass-killing business.
Right, lads! Get in there and trash the place! This Jew boy's going out of business! Right now!
They enjoyed their games, smashing toy yachts and little monkeys which clashed their cymbals when you wound them up, cutting open pretty dolls and then throwing them away like they were disappointed that only stuffing and sawdust came out.
That's the way, boys! Jew Marcus won't be polluting German youth with his filthy toys anymore!
They had so much fun that they thought they'd go and see Marcus himself.
Hello, Siggy.
He sat behind his desk. Dandruff on his shoulders showed that his scalp was in bad shape.
Oh, come on, Jew boy. Don't be shy. Join in the fun, why don't you?
But Marcus was beyond being spoken to, being hurt or humiliated. Before him stood an empty glass. The sound of his breaking shop window had made him thirsty, no doubt. I drum seldom, and only in cases of absolute necessity. But by summer 39, the object which hung against my belly was a pitiful wreck, rusty and full of gaping holes. The red and white lacquer nearly gone. The sound? I simply had to get another drum. So I waited for Jan Bronsky outside the Polish settlement. I waited for days and weeks over that summer of 39. A ragged-arsed 3-year-old with no one to take care of him now. Until...
Oskar, what on earth are you doing here? Got a message from Matzarat? Well, he knows we can't meet up anymore the way things are. No, it's not that.
I looked up at him, and he saw in my eyes, his eyes, and Mama's eyes, and then he saw my drum.
Well, well, my little soldier. Looks like your drum's been in the wars too. You want it mended? Is that why you've come to see your old Uncle Jan, eh? Well, I know just the man for the job. At the post office, that's right, where I work. Our janitor Gabriella is tops at this kind of job. He'll have it right again in a jiffy. Come on.
As we crossed town, we passed little groups of Home Guards and SS men, and in front of the post office, for some reason we couldn't work out, there was a whole group of them.
Come along, Oskar, my boss is up there in the post office. I simply can't let him see me being stopped by this rabble.
I might have made it plain that I felt retreat to be our best option. The SS might have been a lot of things, but they were deadly serious.
Come along, hurry up, let's get inside.
So, you've decided to join us, Jan. A few of the men reckoned you wouldn't want to get your shirt cuffs mucky doing anything so inelegant as actually fighting for Polish freedom.
What?
Resisting Nazi aggression.
What do you mean?
We are about to declare our independence.
Oh, God. Oskar, what have you got me into?
I'm a soldier. You are now. Steady, men. Keep up a regular fire. Remember, we are Poles.
I was lost in the confusion. For days, nights I wandered, whilst they fought, and Jan Bronsky, I'm sorry to say, kept his head down and his hands over his bright blue eyes. However, at the back of a shelf, in a room at the top of a building, dislodged by a shell, Oskar found a brand new tin drum.
God. Oh, Agnes. Whatever did I do to deserve this?
I tried to communicate some of my customary calm to Jan, but terror had invaded him. And then...
I found a pack of cards. We can all have a game of scat. It's like we used to, eh, Alfie? What about it, Agnes? Kind of cards, yeah? I know!
I found a drum. Jan found safety in a pack of cards.
Brought up howitzers. It won't last much longer now.
It's all over! Come on, get your hands up! Get out here! It's all Greater Germany now, mate, so you can haul that flag down!
A 3-year-old child was found in the rubble clutching his little tin drum. His tear-stained face, his pleading blue eyes ensured his immediate removal to a place of safety. I saw Jan climbing into a truck with other patriots. He lifted a hand and gave me a sad but cheery wave, still holding a pack of cards as he was driven away. That's how Oskar tells it, but I can see I'll have to do better.
Move it along, you bloody Polacks! We've had enough trouble for one day! Bloody patriots! Fuhrer knows how to deal with those lot.
And Oskar, concerned for his own comfort and safety, made up to 2 friendly SS men.
What?
Put on an exhibition of pathetic snivelling and pointed at Jan Bronsky with an accusing gesture.
Kidnapping a German kid to hide behind that.
Got full house. Alice and the Queen of Hearts.
They began to kick poor Jan and beat him with their rifle butts. Even today I recall my disgusting behaviour with shame. But then I comfort myself that Jan was so preoccupied with his cards that nothing could distract him. Not the boots of the German soldiers, nor the wall against which they stood him a few days later. Not the bullets that tore through his once elegant coat with a velvet collar and into his ardent heart. September the 1st, 1939. Even when I am most sorry for myself, I cannot deny it. It was my drum. No, It was I, myself, Oskar the drummer, who dispatched first my poor mamma, then Jan Bronsky, my father, to their graves. But then, I am the inmate of a lunatic asylum.
In episode 1 of The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass, Phil Daniels played Oskar, Kenneth Cranham, Matzarat, and Lesley Manville, Agnes. Stephen Critchlow was Jan, David Collings, Bebra, and Jane Whittenshaw, Roswitha. John Turner played Marcus, Paul Jenkins, Greff, and Kristin Milward, Gretchen. The Fisherman was played by John Hartley and the Midwife by Tessa Worsley. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Percussion was by Unman. The Tin Drum was adapted for radio by Mike Walker and directed by Peter Kavanagh. The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass. Adapted for radio by Mike Walker. With Phil Daniels as Oskar.
Back for more. Want to find out what happened to Oskar, the little boy who wouldn't grow tall and started drumming instead? Well, after the Second World War started, he joined the travelling troupe of Bebra the Dwarf, entertaining our brave lads on active service.
Halt! Who goes there?
Forces Entertainment Group, 21/14, Captain Bebra, commanding.
Are you sure? You don't look like no captain to me.
Here we are again.
You don't look much like a soldier to me, my friend.
On the Normandy coast. Tourists, you might say, taking a day off.
Corporal Lankis, presently commanding Coastal Defence Pillbox Door 7.
You mean you are our first line of defence should the Allies decide to invade Europe?
How did I get here? Well, after Jan died so unfortunately, I had little to do except evade the health police, who wanted to put me down as a mutation. So, when I bumped into Bebra...
Good cement, this. It'll take a fair bit of punishment.
It may have to, Corporal.
And fair, Roswitha.
Oskar?
Right here, my love. I was just admiring the paintings. Remember, though I was only as tall as a 3-year-old, I now had the needs and appetites of a 17-year-old. I had already... well, later perhaps... Right now we are standing around on the sand dunes listening to...
What was your job in Civvy Street, Corporal?
Painter, Captain.
House painter?
Houses too, but mostly pictures.
Oh, you emulate the great Rembrandt or maybe Velasquez.
Yeah, sort of in between, you might say.
Good God, man, you ought to be working for the propaganda ministry.
As you can hear, Bebra had succumbed to a greater master.
No, not me, Captain. They didn't like my stuff.
You're too modern. But even so, you shouldn't be stuck out here guarding a lump of concrete. You are an artist, like my little troupe.
I still express myself. I paint the concrete, you see.
He had quite a talent, did Corporal Lankes.
I call them structural formations.
And does your picture have a title?
It's a new style, never been done before.
Even so, it should have a name.
But what good are titles, except to put in the catalogue?
What's on your mind when you paint?
When the war's over, and it will be one day, the pillbox and the paintings will still be here. Made to last, this stuff. Pyramids, pillboxes. Then one day, an archaeologist will come along and he'll say...
I thought there was no interesting art between the First and the Second European Wars, just drab concrete, but here, right here, I find this magical, menacing, yet spiritual painting. The work of a genius, without doubt. I wonder if it has a name.
And if he looks close, right down here, Captain Bebra, he'll make out.
I don't have my glasses. Help me.
Well, it says, Herbert Lankes, Anno Domini 1944. Title, barbaric, mystical, bored.
You have given our century its name.
You see?
I think it is time for breakfast. You know, my dear Corporal, we have entertained our glorious forces across the whole of Europe. We have eaten in grand hotels and at general's headquarters. But I think right now, the top of your pillbox will make the perfect breakfast
Let
table.
us feast on concrete. All human rituals should have a firm foundation. Have we still got any of the caviar we rescued from Stalingrad?
I don't think so. Have some pâté de foie gras.
You shouldn't spread the butter so thick, Roswitha.
You're thinking of a figure, eh, son? Good for you.
It was in Paris, City of Light, that Oskar declared his passion to Roswitha. And Bebra walked in.
Bebra always says, gather ye rosebuds while ye may. For tomorrow who knows where we'll be eating our breakfast. Or what we'll taste between our lips.
In our case, the fly-blown sands of Normandy.
One of ours? I just can't resist American cookies. Especially with South African ginger jam spread really thick on top.
What of theirs? You tell me, Captain. Just who belongs to who nowadays?
Every little person for themselves, eh, Corporal?
Every artist for himself, eh, Captain?
Bebra always says a good businessman is never at a loss. Some raisin bread and plum jam, Corporal?
No, if I weren't on duty.
He needs an official order.
Corporal Lankes, one step forward. Right hand, extend. Right hand, grasp. Mouth open, right hand to mouth, and eat.
Yeah, very good too, yeah.
The sea air, how good it makes me feel.
Can you see something moving out there?
Nah, it's just a mister.
If you will excuse me, I'll just take a little walk to attend to nature's need. Pour me a coffee, Oskar Nello.
A little moderation, Roswitha. You'll surely burst. Roswitha! So, on the eve of the invasion, we sat eating breakfast. And Roswitha, who attended to nature just as the guns of the British Navy attended to her. I only know you measured 3'4", that the Mediterranean spoke from your lips, that you smelt of cinnamon and nutmeg, and that you should have gone before leaving the hotel. We headed for Berlin, and our last performance before the troupe disbanded.
We dwarves and fools have no business dancing on concrete made for giants, Oskar. If only we had stayed under the rostrum where no one could see us. We'll meet again.
He kissed me on the forehead, and I went back to Danzig to my heartless mistress Maria and my son Kurt, who was coincidentally on the eve of his 3rd birthday. Ah, didn't I mention Maria and Kurt? Well, I did warn you that I'm an inmate of a mental institution, and anyway, who knows what to believe nowadays? Oh, all right. You remember Matzarat? Good old Alfie. All on his own now that lovely Agnes and trusty Jan had gone and left him.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Greff. That's the ration. The winter relief fund for our lads in the east must come first.
He decided he needed some help in the store.
Candles, Frau Scheffler, not for money nor love.
And so he employed Maria Truczynski.
Oh, surely, Herr Alfred, we can find one little candle.
17 years old, pretty as a picture, shop assistant and housekeeper.
Oh, I can dig something out, I suppose.
Which duties included, naturally, tubbing and preparing little Oskar for bed.
Don't you get dusty? Drumming all day long, little man.
Exactly. As I realised and she didn't, I was a little man, only a couple of years younger than she was, standing naked, being washed down by a lovely girl. Did she notice Oscar's little drumstick, or was she too modest?
Out you come now, Oskar. Let's bundle you up in a towel and give you a real good rubbing.
Who's to say? But there came a time.
750. Right. That's the till cashed up for the night.
Never thought they'd stop coming this afternoon.
National holiday tomorrow. Always brings them out.
Shall I brush your party uniform?
If you would, Maria, and... Well, I was wondering. I might have to stay over the night at the barracks. Führer's birthday and all that, and... well, someone needs to be here to look after Oskar.
It will be a pleasure, Herr Alfred.
Oh, you'll have to make up a bed on the couch.
That's no problem. None at all.
You're a good girl, Maria.
Oh, Oskar! What brings you in here? I thought you were asleep. Can't settle, eh? Want to climb in with Maria? Well, why not? After all, you're only an eighth of a portion. Come on, then.
All day long I pored over pilfered pages from Rasputin and women, studying technique. I drew more inspiration from literature than from the memory of Jan Bronsky kneading the flesh of my pretty mama. I knew that tangle, the knot of mama and Jan which sighed, strained, moaned with fatigue and at last fell stickily apart, meant love. But Oskar was unwilling to believe that love meant love.
Oskar, you mustn't bring your drumstick to bed.
But instead of drumming on tin, I drummed on Maria, and I no longer knew if it was I who drummed or Maria, who was fast asleep upstairs and wide awake downstairs. Who was doing it all? Oskar, the tin drum, or was I? Today is visiting day at the asylum. I'm expecting Maria.
You're expecting Maria, Herr Oskar?
Bruno, you are my keeper, not my shadow.
I just listen to your stories, Herr Oskar. I administer your medicine, I do your little errands. After all, you're not a lot of trouble compared to some we've got in here. They're what I call real murderers.
Just see if she's arrived, Bruno.
As you say, Herr Oskar.
Within 2 months it became obvious. Maria was pregnant. I was going to be a father. I am convinced of it. I mean, that business with Matzarat was later, much later. Oskar was upstairs with his drum. He came downstairs with his drum. He opened the sitting room door, just enough to peep through. They hadn't even undressed properly. Old Matzarat's drawers were round his knees. Maria's skirt was under her armpits and her knickers were hanging from one ankle. He sunk his teeth into a cushion. Then the clock struck.
3:45.
Yes, Herr Alfred.
Do you like it this way, my dear?
Yes, Herr Alfred.
Are you nearly there, my dear? Oh, no! Get up! No! Oskar! For God's sake!
He was no real father, even if he married my poor dear mamma 10 times over. Even if he did marry Maria because she was pregnant. That's what they all thought. He knocked her up, him, 45 and her hardly 17. It follows, don't you see? My father married my mistress, called my son Kurt, his son Kurt. Expected me to acknowledge his grandson as my half-brother.
Here we are, Frau. Oh, look. He's sitting up waiting for you and he's all excited too.
Did you hear the news this morning?
She has a new tailor-made spring suit and a stylish mouse-grey hat with a discreet, sophisticated, straw-coloured trimming.
Isn't it exciting?
Yes, Maria. They haven't actually kept Starling's death secret from me.
Oh, well, please yourself.
And how is Kurt?
Oh, just imagine. The little rascal didn't want to wear long socks no more. I mean, it's only March, and the radio said there's a whole load of cold weather to come.
The boy is 12, Maria. Of course he doesn't want to go to school in long woolly socks. His mates will laugh at him.
As far as I'm concerned, his health comes first.
It's long socks till Easter.
Maybe you should buy him long trousers. Just remember when you were his age, back in Danzig, didn't the kids with long socks get laughed at? Nucci Iker, who got killed in Crete, remember his socks? Or Harry Schlager, who got it in Holland?
It's all nonsense, everything you say, Oskar. Well, maybe I could get him some trousers. You know, he's second in his class, and he helps me in the deli. He's a good lad.
Sit down, Maria.
I haven't got that much time.
Just by me here, on the bed.
I have to be at the wholesalers by 2. Oskar. Oh, really, Oskar, you are impossible. What would Bruno think of you?
Maria, don't you remember? Drumsticks. How they made you feel?
As I was saying, Kurt is really putting his back into his schoolwork this term.
Maria? Drumsticks?
I really must go now. Goodbye. I have to be off. I mustn't miss the tram. I simply must not.
Don't you remember? Don't you remember? After Matzarat got me off his back and he and Maria had dressed and he'd gone off to the shop, little Oskar tried to make things up with his mistress. Sorry, Maria.
You loathsome pig. You vicious little midget. You crazy gnome. You ought to be chucked in the nut house. Do you hear me?
I opened my mouth and prepared to scream every piece of glass in the house to splinters.
Ah, that.
She shoved a cushion in my mouth, so I did not scream. I opened the gates of my heart to a hatred so deep-seated that to this day, whenever Maria comes into the room, I feel it between my teeth like that cushion. I lay there on the couch, crying from hate and love, which turned to leaden helplessness and would not die. So, my son, my mistress, that's what made me pack up and leave and go on tour with Bebra and the troupe. And that, my son, my mistress, is what I returned to after my holiday on the Normandy beaches.
Where have you been, Oskar?
We looked for you everywhere.
We even had to go to the police and swear we hadn't done you in.
3 years, not a word, not a letter.
Well, you're back now and you'll be making even more trouble for us.
We'll have to go and report it all over again. First you're lost, now you're found.
I only hope they won't put you in an institution.
How old?
Near enough 20.
Dwarf. Congenital idiot. Well, we in the social services can help you, Frau.
You can?
That's what we're here for. Just hand little Oskar over to us, and we'll sort out all his problems in the time it takes to stick a little needle in a little arm.
All his problems?
Just sign here, Matzarat.
No, absolutely not. I promised my wife on her deathbed I'm his father, not the Board of Health.
It's up to you. We'll just send you a little reminder in case you change your mind. Say, every couple of weeks.
Come along, Oskar, we'd better be off.
More trouble than you're worth.
No, never. I mean, Kurt will be glad to have his little brother back, and just think, it's his 3rd birthday tomorrow.
In my own infancy, Matzarat had chosen me as his successor in the family shop. And now, on my son's 3rd birthday, I chose him as my successor. I gave him a brand new tin drum. Oh, thank you, Papa. What a life we shall have, Kurt. You and I, drumming side by side. I will tell you, my son, of your grandmama. Yes, tell me, Papa. Your lovely, soft-hearted grandmama, who died of eating eels. Eels, Papa? And who is the smart gentleman who holds her hand so tenderly? Why, son, I would lie. That is my father, Jan. What really happened? We stood face to face, and I gave him the drum, and then I gave him the drumsticks, and he took them, and he began to play. Me, beating me to the ground. As I lay there bruised in agony, he destroyed the drum itself. He refused to recognise me, either as father or even half-brother.
Oh, Kurt, you mustn't bully your little brother. It isn't Oscar's fault.
No doubt about it. Things were going to have to change, which wasn't, when you think about it, that unlikely by the middle of 1945. Bombing raids, and even long-range artillery fire from the advancing Russians. No wonder everyone was leaving, and from the linden trees along the streets of the city hung the thin, wasted bodies of soldiers and home guards, with little cardboard signs pinned to them, stating that they were traitors to the fatherland.
I've carried everything from the shop down into the cellar.
How close are they, Alfred? Don't do that!
Very close. They've taken the height. They're firing down at the old city. I can see fires, hundreds of them.
What had taken 700 years to build burnt down in 7 days.
Oh, God save us!
I should be out there, Maria, helping the firemen.
No, Alfred, you're too old. Think of Kurt. Think of Oskar.
They're hanging men who shirt.
There's nobody left to do anything.
They'll broadcast instructions. Turn the radio on.
We must die.
Do it, Maria.
Oh, my God.
Nothing beyond the sounds of emptiness.
We must go down to the cellar, Alfred.
The cellar where it had all begun, where it might all...
Get Kurt, some blankets, I'll gather food, and don't forget Oskar. I don't know. I just don't know.
Don't know what?
What happened?
Well, I reckon it was pretty bloody obvious what happened. We just lost the war.
Oh, I don't know. He never seemed such a bad fella. Old Adolf, army man. I did his time in the trenches.
It's all over, Alfred. The Russians are coming.
What shall I do with my party badge?
Get rid of it, you fool.
Well, I suppose I'd better.
He meant to grind it under his foot, but Kurt and I both leapt at it. I got there first and kept hold of it, even when Kurt began to pummel at me. After all, I couldn't let the Russians find it on him. You didn't joke with those boys.
Leave your brother alone, Kurt.
To judge by the screaming of women, the Russians were all around. Sex, sugar and potatoes. That's what they wanted. Poor Maria clutched Kurt to her bosom. And after all, if there's anything a Russian loves more than sex, sugar and potatoes, it's children. They dandled Kurt. They chucked him under the chin. They gave the lovely young mother sweets and smiles. And one of them, a big Kalmak, built like a brown bear, picked up my drum and gave it to me. As I reached out to take it, I felt the pin of Matzarat's party badge stick into my palm.
Friends, my Russian friends, we mean you no harm. Just a little family, yeah? You want some tin stew or raspberry jam?
So I extended my closed fist to him.
Oh, what's up, son? One of old Daddy's hand, eh?
And gave him the badge. Well, I was rid of the thing.
It's nothing at all.
And to prove it, he shoved it in his mouth and swallowed it down. If only he had thought of closing the pin before he swallowed.
Oh, my God!
He gagged. His face went purple. His eyes stood out of his head. He coughed, cried, choked, tore at his throat until finally the Russians got thoroughly fed up, put me and Kurt down and emptied a magazine into him. Then they cleared off. And so they are burying my second presumptive father.
Clay and soil. Always was a bugger, this boneyard.
Alfred, we shall miss you. Quite a lot.
Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I?
You got the box, mate?
Coffin. It's a coffin. Have some respect.
Yeah, here it comes. Oh, he big fella, your man, love.
He liked his food, that's true enough.
Should I or shouldn't I? Kurt moved closer to the grave. Had he decided to? Would he recognise me as his true father, or was he as fed up with dragging fathers around as I was? For that is, after all, the reason I opened the pin before handing the badge to Matzarat, because, in all likelihood, old Alfie was my real as well as my presumptive father.
Right. Anyone want to say anything before we start filling the hole?
Can't you wait a bit, please?
Oh, sorry, love. Got a full schedule. Gravediggers, whores and black marketeers, eh?
After all, the situation couldn't go on forever. I never loved Matzarat. Occasionally I liked him. He took care of me, mostly as a cook rather than a father. He was a good cook. To avoid standing behind his shop counter, I had stood behind hundreds of tin drums, lacquered red and white. Now the shop had gone, and I'd inherited the responsibility for Maria and Kurt.
Goodbye, Alfred.
Should I or shouldn't I?
Oskar, what are you doing?
I threw the drum into the grave. When the earth hit it, at the second shovelful, it still had something to say. But then it was silent, and the earth piled up on my drum. It mounted and grew, and I began to grow too.
Nosebleed.
Like a hose pipe.
Dan, put his head back. Oskar, breathe through your mouth.
Hey, bloody hell, look, he's stretching. He's growing. He's growing.
Mr. Matzarat, you haven't touched your breakfast jam.
I don't like jam, Bruno. You know I don't like jam. Every morning you bring me jam. I can't bear to look at jam. I can't stand the smell of jam. Just tell me how tall I am, OK, Bruno?
But it's strawberry jam.
Would you kindly measure me, just to be sure?
OK. Still 4'1". So, you sure you don't want any jam?
Quite sure, thank you.
Well, I'll get rid of it then, shall I?
Is Oskar really so tall? Almost too big for a dwarf, a gnome, a midget. Until I was 21, I was 3 foot. It was only when the stone hit me at Matzarat's funeral that I began to grow. Stone? So I was standing by the grave looking down, holding a drum in my hands, when a stone flung by my son Kurt hit me, slap on the back of the head. I dropped the drum in the grave, made a leap for it, only the old grave digger grabbed me. My nose started bleeding and I started growing. Well, that's the story. Stopped at 3, started again at 21. A fall and a stone. And I grew feverish. All my joints started swelling. Dreams, mad, crazy, frightening dreams surrounding me day and night.
I don't know, Frau Matzarat. If this swelling moves from the joints to the brain...
Well, what can we do, Doctor? This place is finished.
He'll be finished if you don't get out.
Where shall we go?
To the west. Go to the west, Frau.
Well, I've got a sister. Lives in the Rhineland. And my husband's folks came from that way too.
Go now or go soon or don't go at all.
Well, we would mean selling the shop and what's left of it, leaving everything.
There's a refugee train on Saturday.
Oh.
I have another patient who's going on it. Only cattle trucks with a bit of straw on the floor. But in a few more days the Ruskies will close the border.
A new life. We'll do it.
Excuse me.
Excuse me. It's Bruno Munsterbeg. I'm a male nurse here at the hospital where Mr. Matzarat has been a patient for a year. He's generally a very good patient, not unruly, violent or anything. Anyway, because he's strained his voice, he's asked me to read his notes about the journey from Danzig. So, on June 12th, 1945, he pulled out of Danzig accompanied by the widow Maria Matzarat, who he calls his former mistress, and her son Kurt, who, well, he says the boy is his son too. There were 32 other persons in the freight car. The journey took 4 days. The travellers were robbed 3 or 4 times and left with nothing except the clothes they lay down in. And my patient claims to have grown 3.5 to 4 inches during this journey. My patient is now 4 feet 1 inch tall. Personally, I think he's innocent. But as to whether he'll ever get let out or not, who can say?
Dusseldorf, 1948, the West, the future. Well, what would it bring?
Open it, Kurt.
I've got any of that synthetic honey for our Matzarat.
Of course.
What about Flints? Has the boy got any?
Didn't you know? He's got a sauce, my lad, Kurt. He's the Flint King for this whole area.
Right, well, I'll have a couple and a litre of the honey.
What are you offering?
US lavatory papers, good stuff.
Fine, 4 rolls.
2.
Free and an extra Flint.
It's a deal, friend. It's a pity you can't use a dwarf or something, make a bit of cash.
Hey! Nah, that Oskar. All he does is eat and shout at Kurt because he won't reveal his sauce.
That's not right.
Bloody Oskar. 2 months ago he couldn't say boo and now you can't shut him up. Bite in the hand that feeds him, if you ask me. There you go.
Great, thanks. See ya.
Look, I just want to know where Kurt gets the flints, that's all.
So what do you reckon you are, his old man or something? If you can't put up, Oskar, then shut up.
Maria, please!
You're a drain on us. Why don't you go and start something of your own?
Start something? Maybe it was time to finish a few things too. Oskar still had a few possessions, and one of them, the ruby necklace which Jan Bronsky had stolen for my poor mamma.
Looking for someone, Sonny?
Looking for someone who's looking for these.
Could be you've come to the right place. Paste?
Real. Test them.
Oh, I will. I will.
I mean, I wouldn't ask you to trust anything I said.
Where have you been? What have you got?
1 leather briefcase and 12 cartons of Lucky Strike.
It's a fortune. Now we can really operate. Kurt, come through and see what Oscar's...
This is for you, Maria. I too have a source. I can get more. A lot more. Goods of all sorts. Believe me, money will be no problem for us.
But what are you saying, Oskar?
Maria, I'm more than happy to bear any burden, to take upon myself the responsibility for you and Kurt, to ensure that you never want again.
Are you asking me?
Yes. I am asking you to be my wife.
Oskar. Oskar. What can I say? I know you mean... I'm sorry, but it just wouldn't work. Can't you see that yourself?
As a husband and family man, I might have taken part in the reconstruction of Germany. I should now be the owner of a medium-sized business employing 30 people. I should be a respected member of society. But she turned me down, and I had to leave. I took to hanging around street corners. I found a part-time job modelling at the art school. I was very popular, and even got painted as the infant Jesus with a new tin drum the artist gave me to hold. I didn't want to take it. I thought that was all over. The last drum buried in Alfred Matzarat's grave. I found lodgings.
Zeidler?
Matzarat.
Yes?
Room?
Follow.
Bathroom?
Bedroom.
Bath?
Stays.
Right.
So?
I'll take it.
Take it.
As it is, 40 marks a month.
40 marks a month.
Who else lodges here?
Who else lodges here?
Here.
Nurse. Sister Dorothea. You'll never see her. Comes and goes early and late.
A nurse? I've always had rather a fancy for...
Clep. In here. You won't see him, neither.
No.
Never leaves his room.
Never?
Never.
Lease?
Sign.
Right.
Luggage?
Here.
This?
Drum.
Drum?
I don't play. Not anymore, I told him. I've given up playing the drum, I told him. Play all you want, he told me. Nobody cares here. Play all you want. So I settled into my room, which was, as you have probably guessed, an unconverted bathroom, and occupied myself by waiting for, watching for, hoping for the ever-elusive Sister Dorothea.
Ah, her Matzarat, those nurses, eh? You know what I think? That only men can be proper nurses. And why? Because the patient's desire to be cared for by a woman is just one more symptom of his disease.
The door to her room was half-glassed, frosted glass through which I could have seen her shape moving, if ever her shape did move. And if it did, I never saw it. But sometimes I heard her steps as she came home from night duty. The mother, the mistress, the nurse, sitting in my room, listening. She got letters. I found out where she worked. I found out that her best friend was called Sister Beatty, that a Dr. Werner wrote inconsequential, yes, even to my inflamed heart, letters to her that sometimes she left her door unlocked so that Oskar could creep in and sit in her wardrobe, smelling. That in her wardrobe hung a uniform with a belt as long and shiny as an eel, which long ago was pulled from the ear of a horse's head and caused Oskar's poor mamma. Then one afternoon, while Oskar was creeping from her empty room...
Excuse me? Huh? Excuse me, would you be kind enough, dear sir, to bring me some water?
What?
Come in, sir. Come in. Come in. Make yourself at home. Clep.
Herr Clep, I'm Oskar Matzarat, a fellow lodger.
Just Clep. Nothing more. Flute player and, short at this very moment of a little water to boil my spaghetti in.
But the sink's...
Oh, don't get up if I can help it. You see, I fill the bowl, then cook the spaghetti, keep the water, and use it over and over for more spaghetti until it's turned to...
the consistency of thick wallpaper paste. Here, let me wash it out. Well, if you don't get up, what do you do about...
Empty beer bottles, I use them.
Oh,
yeah.
Here's your water.
You see, a gas ring by my bed, spaghetti to hand, a match flame, and hoopla. You will join me in some spaghetti?
Oh, no, surely...
Sit down. Find yourself a fork. I think there's one caught up in the fluff under the bed.
Oh, God.
Yeah, splendid. Good company, good food. Pass a beer bottle. An unopened one, of course.
Well, I have to say, Clep, this isn't bad at all.
No, a symphony in pasta.
Not quite. Spaghetti and tomato puree, perhaps a sonata.
A quartet.
I don't agree.
And do you, my friend, know what you're talking about?
I have a certain familiarity with music.
Oh, do you indeed? Where's he going? Oh, well, more spaghetti for me.
You see? I'm a drummer.
Bravo! I can feel my heart racing. Pass me my flute.
We played. How we played. Clep's flute made so sweet and unnatural a sound that it was perfectly attuned to my drum. And as the last long echoes faded...
Yes! Open the windows, Oskar! Air the bedsheets, I'm getting up! Turn on the tap, Clep, we'll wash!
I'm amazed! All from a little music.
We were meant for each other, Oskar, and together we were meant for jazz! We will form a band. The clubs of this silent city are begging for jazz, and I am ready for a few beers! Oh, shall we go?
Put your trousers on first.
Well, what do you say? A band!
I say let's have a drink on it. It was after 2 when I got back, having left Clep in a gutter somewhere. It was dark, another power cut. I was drunk, Best I could manage was to crawl along the corridor, when I noticed that Sister Dorothea's door was open,
Who's out there?
and that she was sitting on the side of the bed in the dark. Maybe she was frightened of the dark.
Who's there? Who are you? Where are you?
Well, Sister Dorothea, just guess.
Oh, I can't see you. Where are... Oh! It's the devil! What are you doing down there?
It's Satan come to call on Sister Dorothea.
Oh, heavens! What for?
Because Satan is in love with Sister Dorothea.
No! I won't have it! Oh!
In a moment she was on my level.
Oh, heavens! Heavens! Oh, great Satan! Come!
Don't worry, Satan is coming. He'll be ready in a moment. It's all the beer he's had tonight.
Oh, come! Satan, come! Come to me! Oh, come on, Satan!
Bloody drumstick! Always lets you down.
For heaven's sake! Who are you and what do you want?
I'm a neighbour of yours, to tell the truth. Sister Dorothea. Oh, I do love you. Sister Dorothea!
Out!
I never even saw her face in the light. Sister Dorothea! Don't go! Oh. She left, there and then, packed up and left, out of the house, out of my life. I lay on the landing and wept.
Matzerath, weeping, lechery, disgusting.
Pity poor Oskar. All he wanted is
bread.
A little loving from a nursely hand.
Now.
Clep.
Here?
Oskar, I found him.
Who?
A guitar player. Now we can make music.
Good. And maybe you'll stop making noise and waking all my guests.
Idler, we are all your guests.
The guitarist was called Shull. We practiced on the banks of the Rhine. That's what we called ourselves. The Rhine River 3. And we played at the Onion Cellar, which looked like any other nightclub, but which had, shall Oskar say, a certain quality about it. The Onion Cellar, the authentic note. It was a cellar, quite damp and chilly underfoot. It was lit by miners' lamps, and the guests sat on crates covered with onion sacks. The tables, however, were polished pine, the service reasonable, and the customers solidly middle class. Doctors, lawyers, actors, senior civil servants, well, you know the kind of people.
Respectable folk, Herr Oskar.
Bruno, where did you come from?
I'm always here, listening. I do enjoy your tales, you know.
Tales? I only deal in the truth, Bruno. Every word I utter is... The highlight of the evening came when the owner issued each customer with a paring knife, an onion and a chopping board, and instructed these respectable folk to cut their onions into smaller and smaller pieces until the juice...
Yes, Herr Oskar, the onion juice.
...did what history, what the last 10 years, what the sorrows of the world could not do. It brought forth tears.
It made them cry.
They cried.
And the Rhine River 3 played jazz.
We were hot, my friend. Until one night, the guitarist was sick and Clep was out of sorts, and it was all left up to Oskar's tin drum.
What did you do?
I drummed up the past. I drummed up the witch as black as pitch who had given me a scare in my childhood. I walked her tall and terrible and her tattered black between the tables. I took them back to childhood and sat them on their potties and told them all to do their business like good boys and girls. And then I made them laugh and sent them off home wet but happy. Well, it could have been a lot worse. Some of the things I might have brought back. Even so, the boss didn't like it and the Rhine River 3 were out in their ears, on the street and out of the job.
spaghetti?
Why not? We've no...
Work?
None at all.
Offers?
Lots here, Zyla. Don't...
What, eh?
Yeah, we'll find something.
Ha!
Oh.
No more jazz, sorry, Cleb, old man. But for one who can bring the past to life, the future beckons. I have an...
Appointment?
With?
An agent. Matzarat, the drummer. I have an appointment with the director.
Please go on through, Herr Matzarat. He's waiting for you.
Ah, so we meet again, Mr. Matzarat. Barbara, as I said, back in the days when you chose to face the world as a 3-year-old, our kind can never lose one another. But I see, to my regret, that you have grown. Nothing to say?
I cannot.
Ah, you're looking at the portrait of Roswitha. I wonder how she would have liked the new Oskar. Not at all, I fancy. It was the rosy-cheeked cherub of exactly 3 foot in height on whom she doted.
Oh, Barbara, please.
The Oskar, who insisted she leave the hotel that morning without taking the time to, yes? So she had to hurry across the beach to a private place where she lost her little life.
Enough, I can't listen to any more.
Oh, but I am not finished. What of Jan Bronsky? What of Matzarat?
Oh,
what
no.
happened to him? I warrant it was no accident, though.
Yes, it was me. It was always Oskar. I'm guilty. Have mercy, Master Barbara.
Put it on the desk, please. Thank you. Oskar, sign here.
Is this how I can obtain mercy?
No, this is a standard artist's contract. Yes, right there. Full name, please. Oskar Matzarat.
Aren't I at least signing away my immortal soul?
Oh, it's all quite correct. All you need to do is appear in public, drum as you did at the Onion Cellar, and you'll be a star. And I might add, a rich one.
There's not space enough to describe my success in full. I did my first tour in 2,000-seater halls. There were velvet curtains, an empty stage, a light, and, dinner-jacketed, all alone, I would enter. I stood alone against the black night and played my drum. My most popular pieces were scenes from a generalised infancy and childhood. How they loved baby's first tooth. The pretty Christmas tree. Itchy woolen socks. And the old childhood favourite. The Black Witch is coming to get you. Tough miners shrieking at that with enough power to smash every window in the place. So, indirectly I got my old glass-cutting character. Didn't I mention that I'd lost them? Oh, so careless. I forgot so much.
But you helped other folk, remember, Herr Oskar?
Oh, yes. And there were records in their hundreds of thousands. I was rich.
You were rich?
And did I move out of my little room at Zeidler's?
Did you?
Bruno, I'm not telling this story to you. Go away.
Oh, no. So who are you telling it to, Herr Oskar, if I may ask? With respect, sir.
Them.
Who?
Them.
I see. Well, I do have other patients.
He can't see you, so the simple soul doesn't think you're there. Whereas I, Oskar with my drum... But no, I stayed put at Zeidler's. I bought a delicatessen for Maria. I shared spaghetti with Klep. And I rented Sister Dorothea's room and kept it empty except for her scent which, slowly, over time, began to fade away. It was after my 4th, 5th tour, when I returned to the office, that I found, or rather did not find, Barbara. He was gone. He was dead. I inherited his fortune and the big picture of Roswitha, but I could not work. I sat in my room. Go away, Zeidler.
It's Klepp.
What?
Married.
Klepp's married? Where is he?
Gone.
Gone?
Moved.
So I'm all alone?
Brooding.
So what?
Don't.
Why?
Bad.
True. I know. I'll get a dog. How does that sound?
Rough.
It's true. But then I simply can't keep sitting in Sister Dorothea's empty wardrobe sniffing the ghosts of uniforms past. I need to get out.
Ruff! Ruff, ruff, ruff!
Lux, a glossy black Rottweiler who took the place of Korea, Drum and everything else. We walked along the banks of the Rhine, day after day after week after month after year. 3 of them. Some morning, eh? Anyhow, one day in 1951, I was sitting on an oil drum, my hands finding old rhythms. What is it, Lux? What have you got? What have you got to show me? What's that? Hey, old chap, eh? A finger? A finger? A woman's finger, with a ring on it. Beautiful finger, a beautiful ring. Well, well, Lux. What do you think Oskar should do with this? Give it to the police? Throw it away? Keep it? Look at the lines on the inner side. A hard-working finger, no doubt about it. A finger with a relentless sense of duty. What do you want?
Entry!
Wait a moment.
Now!
What is it, Zeidler?
This is...
a finger.
On the dressing...
table.
See, like an altar. The finger preserved in...
alcohol.
House mine, room Sister Dorothea's, finger... Who?
Whose?
Missing. The sister. Huh? Police ask where. Who may be that?
Finger. You think it's...
hers.
What nonsense. Sister Dorothea's finger? Nonsense. It's just a finger. That's why I've preserved it in her old room, on her dressing table, facing her wardrobe. Just a finger. That's all. Could be anybody's finger. Could be...
hers!
Well, nearly there now. My flight, my getaway. A serious business. At least it is when you're 30. It was my birthday today. When she bought the cake, Maria said,
"You're 30, Oskar. Time you got some sense into your head at last."
Klepp bought me some jazz records. Herr Zeidler, my good friend Zeidler, reminded me that when our Lord was 30, he started to gather his disciples. So, where was I heading? East? No, west maybe. America? Home of the free? It was, of course, the finger of Sister Dorothea. You'd twigged that, hadn't you? Well, it makes a good ending, doesn't it? Just like a detective story. I've heard they are very popular. And I always try to give my public what it wants. So, Oskar on the run. Caught as I bought a ticket for Paris. Today I am 30, and there will be a new trial. What? I hadn't mentioned the first trial. Guilty. I was guilty but insane, thus the asylum. But I wasn't, you see. You remember me mentioning Dorothea's friend, Sister Beatty, and the Dr. Werner who wrote such respectable letters? Well, take my word for it. Beatty did it, because she was jealous of the doctor. And I'm running out of words. And still I can't help wondering what is going to happen to Oskar on his inevitable discharge from the asylum. All the possibilities are open nowadays to a man of 30. But how to examine them if not with my drum? What can I say? Born under light bulbs, stopped growing at the age of 3, given drum, sang glass to pieces, learned to read, orphaned 3 times over, decided to grow, emigrated to the west, threw drum away, took drum up, found fame, found finger, arrested, and now telling tales. Well, words fail me.
In episode 2 of The Tin Drum by Gunter Grass, Oskar was played by Phil Daniels and Matzarat by Kenneth Cranham. Tracy Wiles was Maria, David Collings, Bebra, and Jane Whittenshaw, Rosvita. Klepp was played by Nigel Anthony, Lankes by Jonathan Keeble, Seidler by Geoffrey Whitehead, Dorothea by Patience Tomlinson, The Soldier by David Timpson, The Black Marketeer by Andrew Branch, and Bruno by John Hartley. Other parts were played by members of the cast. Percussion was by Unman. The Tin Drum was adapted for radio by Mike Walker and directed by Peter Kavanagh.